So after a year, what do you think of ARK Survival Ascended? Welcome back guys to a brand new video, and welcome to a different kind of video where I got sent this link where the ARK community have been giving their opinion, their honest opinion on ARK Survival Ascended. It's kind of the players responding to the game. We're going to be reading through it, reacting to this, and as well make sure to put your thoughts and feelings in the comment section down below. As always, I'm going to be very honest with my opinions on this too, so I look forward to diving into it and responding to some of these comments. And again guys, it is 2 weeks today until the launch of ARK Extinction Ascended, and if you don't know where you're going to be playing for ARK Extinction Ascended, come and join us on our unofficial cluster. We are going to have 2 100-player Extinction Ascended maps ready to go live on day 1 of launch. Do not miss it out. We've got some great mods, a great community. You'll meet friends that will help you out, and the link to my Discord is in the description down below. Let's dive in with the video. So this was posted, it only got sent to me today, but this was posted 2 months ago, and it was like, so after nearly a year, what do you think about ARK Survival Ascended? And now it's obviously been over a year, and I'm very interested to see everyone's opinion. This person said, I personally still prefer ARK Survival Evolved because it works better on my Xbox Series S, but I'm interested to hear your opinions. Now, for Xbox Series S players, I know that Ascended apparently has run terribly since launch, and I've not even seen it. I think I've watched some gameplay on YouTube, but that's really been it. So anyway, we're going to dive into this now. So went back to ASE again the other day and not touching ASA until the Unreal Engine 5.2, which is 5.4 now, update drops. Got tired of poor performance, especially on Aberration. Other than that, ASA is great. The quality of life changes, graphics, new creatures is definitely the better version overall, but they really need to go and put some effort into optimizing and improving performance. And the responses here was completely agree. Performance is what stopped me from playing, sadly, running an i9, and laughing at the thought of an optimized ARK would be a delight. So yeah, I like that response. I think that's very, very fair. It's not just a complete, some responses can be a complete just like shutdown of the game. Whereas what I do like about this response is that, it's simple. It's like, they believe ASA is the better game overall, but it's the optimization that has really put players off. And I think that's what happened with Aberration. When Aberration came out, it was a really, really fun launch. And then it did struggle optimization wise, and I do believe that sometimes Studio Wildcard may not put performance over content. And don't get me wrong, I understand there's certain content windows that I'm sure it has to go ahead due to some people that are higher up. But yeah, I find it a little bit. I feel like I do feel like more players leave the game due to the optimization problems, and I know I'm the same. If I'm constantly crashing or if I'm glitching, I'm not going to play a game because that it's not, the quality of life feeling to it, like the actual. That's not the word I'm looking for. That just I can't think of the word I'm thinking of, but the nice smooth feeling of just enjoying a game and experiencing the beauty of it sometimes is way more than any type of content. But yeah, let's read some more. All I've ever wanted out of the game, it's not without its issues, but it's way better than ASE from a console PvP standpoint. Do you know what? Again, very good point. A lot of console players that are PvE players, ARK Survival Ascended right now is a game dedicated for PvE players, 100%. And I don't know if they know that, but it is. PvP is pretty much kind of dead on ARK Survival Ascended. I didn't realize until I dove more into the world of, running my own cluster, how many more people play PvE than PvP. Because I was an old school official player, like back in the early days of ARK Survival Evolved, I only knew PvP. That was just my game back then, and that was my mode. And now seeing the change of it really shocked me after a year of ASA, because there's obviously still people out there that play PvP, but it's nowhere near the amount of people that used to back in the old days. And it's fair enough. You know, there's lots of things that PvP players don't like anymore. And also the overall quality of life, like this person said, I agree, is much better. The Bob's Tall Tales kind of goes more towards the PvE aspect of the game as well. So I do understand why that, you know, why that has happened. And I think the reason why console players have such a love for ASA as well is the fact that they've got mods and all the stuff they've ever wanted with the old game. They've now got in one whole game. So I kind of feel like, you know, that's why there's less PC players wanting it. Quality of life improvements are amazing. Graphics are great. Most of the new tames are awesome. That being said, performance is lacking big time. Some weeks the game runs fine, others it crashes every 15 minutes. Content is lacking until they add the rest of the maps and tames from ASE. And I'm personally sticking with ASA because I'm one of those people who choose to always play officials. But I do see the appeal of sticking with ASC for now. So yeah, I mean, so I'm obviously, being a content creator, I'm obviously going to stick to whatever's new. You know, I'm not going to go back and make content on ASE because my content evolves around bringing you guys what is the new stuff. But I overall do prefer ASA. I think ASE currently is the better game. But I think what ASA will end up becoming is better. It's just the fact, you know, when it came out, it was completely unfinished and unready. And I do think that was one of the worst things that ARK did. Because I think if they had time to wait that extra year, then, you know, without being in any contracts, and they'd launched it with every map up until Extinction at least, you know, it would have given the game much more of a life. And also if they had optimized it more and had the Unreal Engine upgrades, like, you know, ready for it, I think that would have really kept a lot more players. And don't get me wrong, I still feel like they're winning players back, but overall they went for a real rough point with players, and that was due to just there was just no content on it, and the game was just poorly optimized. Next up, we have still wondering where the new code is. This was Wildcast Snail Games' opportunity to turn their low-budget indie game into what the countless fans deserve. Instead, ASA is constantly reminding us what kind of company they truly are. They took their win years ago and sold out instead of creating a decent product and losing out on money in the long run. I guess they're making up for now with every pay-to-win in the book. It's still ARK, so okay, I guess. Oh yeah, what was this reply here? Just taking one look at the dev kit and how everything is laid out so inconsistently proves they definitely did not rewrite from scratch. Halo Infinite did this also. They said it's a build up from the ground on a new engine, but it's actually the previous engine with a new name. And then it says ASE is Unreal Engine 4. ASA is Unreal Engine 5. It is 100% new engine for the as for the dev kit, looking at the same because it's Unreal Engine. Yeah, I mean, I get where the point's coming from, because I noticed when ASA came out, they hadn't updated the ASA logo. So when I loaded up the game, it still had the ARK Survival Evolve logo on the bottom. This was right on launch. And I was like, wow, have they forgotten to, like, they've put the ARK Survival Evolve logo, and it still said, like, shooter game. And then it just made me feel like it was, like, kind of a copy and paste when I first downloaded the game. And then they updated it and obviously put the ASA logo in the bottom, which at least was nice of them. But there has been things I've noticed and thought to myself, the game is kind of still feels like it was the same in a way. But the difference with what I don't agree with this is if you're someone that's actually playing ASA properly and giving it that sort of longer chance, the optimization, yes, you may struggle with, but as someone that just plays on PvE, on unofficial, I have a great time. There's so much more you can do on ASA now. More maps are coming out, and it is definitely 100% leaning in the right way to become the better game out of the two. 100%. Even if you've given it one chance and you didn't like it because of the problems at the beginning, if you do go and give it a chance, maybe even try the new Extinction launch. There is actually some really awesome stuff in the game now, and it has the stuff that old ASE players used to want ARK to have. It's got that, it's for console players, you've got the mods, like we said. For PC players, you've got I guess for PC players, the main change is just the kind of aesthetically pleasing side to it. And I don't know, and I still do I do like it. I do miss the less worry about game performance. Like I for me on ASE, there was always problems, but the game would run very well on my PC. Now I am upgrading my SSD, so I'm hoping, and then soon I will be upgrading my graphics card, and then soon that will mean I will be in a better place for running ASA. It still runs fine. I still can record content fine, but nowhere near as smoothly as I used to. The game is fine itself. The game itself is fine. I'm put off by the implementation of paid mod creatures on maps. And yes, I know there is mods to get rid of them. I even know how to code them away in the ini files. I play without them, but I dislike when a game I paid for forces me to jump through loops to get rid of something I did not pay for. It's just a bad treatment of your customers. So, yeah, I do agree. I am still personally not a fan of the pay-to-win side of things. And, you know, that's where I try to be a different YouTube channel to some of the other bigger ones out there, because I try to be honest with my opinions rather than saying, wow, this is amazing, this is amazing. Now, the Dreadmare, I really did like. And the thing is I don't feel like they're ever going to get anyone to be it. Like, within the future of the game, I don't think they're going to have everyone agreeing with their standpoint on the creatures and, you know, the fantastic tames. And the Dreadmare actually went down a lot better than the Pyromane. The Pyromane was one of the worst additions to the game. Not for the creature as a whole, because the creature as a whole was cool. But that being its first pay-to-win creature was a really bad idea from Studio Wildcard, and it got a lot of hate. I feel like people are starting to feel less awful towards it, because if you are a PvE player, you know, you don't mind it, but I can completely understand being of a PvP player and not having a certain dino that someone else has because they've paid for it. Yeah, it just doesn't seem right. Still barely able to play on medium settings on my decent PC. I can run Rust, Helldivers, Battlefield at all max settings with perfect performance. I barely get 40 frames per second with ASA with medium settings. And at that point, it just looks like ASE. Extremely disappointed, kind of feel like I got scammed out of $40. So, yeah, that is pretty much the same thing I have. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, it's definitely got better over certain updates, because on launch, it was unbearable. But it has got better for me. But something I still have needed to do is sometimes when I load up the game and I get onto my server, I have to switch between medium and high settings. Now, this is when I know it's not down to PC performance, because I will be, let's say I spawn in, I'm on medium settings, and it's really like I've got like 20 FPS, 10 FPS or something. I then change to high settings and it refreshes. I then have 40 FPS and the game runs okay. And that is something that has never made sense to me and has been the same ever since. Now, as I said, I do need to upgrade my SSD, and that will make a massive improvement. Sadly, when I bought my PC all these years ago, I've only just found out today that they sent me the PC with the wrong motherboard in, and I'm currently working with them to see if they are going to help me out with that. If not, I'm going to have to buy a new motherboard, which is not fun. So thank you. I'm not going to name names. We'll see what the outcome is before that. But yeah, anyway. So by the looks of things, most people just talk about, you know, the performance side of things. And I think as an ARK dev team, if you just came in and to read what I'm reading here, it's crazy that most people are constantly just talking about how it's performance. And this person said, didn't realize it's been here a year next month. It's already been obviously a year now. Dude, for a year in and it's still running so poorly on most machines, make you really think what they are even doing over there, and what they're obviously taking, like over fixing the most important things. The performance, and it's not like they don't have a supposed fix. They just keep not implementing it and pushing it back. That should have dropped a matter of days upon release, and we're still waiting for that 80%. So, yeah, again, all down to performance. Someone said, I went back to ASE the other week and it felt amazing compared to ASA. I'm not sure I will touch ASA ever again. Also, no mentions of how the graphics are actually aren't terrible in ASE, especially on a map like the Center. I'd much rather play a huge map like the Center with no lag than try and play on ASA. The Center is so big and filled with life, it's pretty much unplayable on ASA because of performance. Yeah, I mean, I think in my personal opinion with with ASA is I much rather play ASA because I love how there's more maps now and I can enjoy it myself personally. I don't have these issues. If I was playing on official, I can't stop yawning. Very tired Monday. If I was playing on official, I'd probably think differently and not want to play it. But because I have a great time on my servers and I don't seem to have as many map problems, that's why I choose to play ASA, and that is my current opinion on it. Now, before we end this video, I was really enjoying going through those types of things. I just wanted to have a little look at what this... I mean, this is normally the most quiet time of the day for gaming, so bear in mind, I will be checking at the peak. I'm looking at the player count because we have not done that for a little while. Wow. That is crazy. I mean, bear in mind it's a Sunday. So at this moment, like, well, it's a Monday now, but at its peak on the Sunday, ASE had 40,000 players and 25,000 are currently playing now. ASE, if we can find it as we scroll down, Skyrim 37,000. I've literally just started playing again because it was on sale. I mean, guys, again, I've said this the other day. ASA is still doing pretty well ever since the Aberration launch. Currently, there's 14k people online right now, but on Sunday, as a peak, they're 23k. So overall, the ARK community has around 63k just on PC between both the games. But yeah, the ASE has nearly double the players than ASA has. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens at launch, to see at Extinction launch, to see how many players it will go up to. Will ASA hit 50k players again? That's going to be interesting. Yeah, this read the final one. Almost 8k hours in Evolved. ASA on a good rig with a good unofficial server makes it impossible to go back. Just all around better experience, and the Bob's with Tails DLC adds so much. Again, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So yeah, I'm probably going to leave that there, guys. We've gone through some really interesting points today. I'm interested to see your thoughts and feelings on this situation too. And I do believe moving forward, we can look forward to a more successful ASA. We've got Extinction. Obviously, performance may not be the best, but then in Q1 2025, hopefully they won't delay it any longer and we'll get the Unreal Engine 5.4 upgrade. This yawn is crazy. I'm so tired today. I need to wake myself up. I had a bit of a late night last night working on some bits for my servers. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Leave a like, subscribe. 2 weeks today until Extinction Ascended.